So I'm here on Lichess.org, where I'm going to attempt to play this rapid game while providing some commentary. Come on. There you go. He remembered his theory. Sicilian Defense, and we get this bishop b5. I like knight d7. Keep more pieces on the board, and then I get to kick around the bishop. Unless you want to take out my knight, which wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. You want to take? Alright. Good deal. Good deal. I got the bishop pair. You don't. Go here. Okay, this line. I'm supposed to play e5 at some point. Am I supposed to play it now? I think so. And then I think I'm supposed to play h6? h6 so that... Yeah, we're preventing bishop g5, and then we're going to try to control d5. We don't want the bishop to go to g5 and take out our key piece we want to use to control the d5 square, which is weak for us now. And he's going to lock it down. But here, I believe b5 right away is good. If I'm remembering my opening book, if he takes, then it's not good because the bishop takes and you have a problem. So he plays this move, and now I don't know what to do because I forgot all my theory. Do I take? I don't know. Or maybe just bishop e7 and castle? I feel like there's something else, like you're supposed to increase pressure somehow on that pawn, or he's going to go here, and then, yeah, I think we wait. We don't take the pawn. Yeah, that's what I remember. Is he threatening to... He's not threatening anything? Okay, we'll just do this, whatever. Yeah, once he plays... I think, yeah, we like to wait for that move before we take on c4, because if he had the knight here, then he could take on c4 with the knight. I think that's what's important there. I think. Now, do I castle, or do I, hop out to a5 here? Maybe just play it safe. What are his threats here? What does he want to do? He can't really go there. He can go here. I don't care about that. Do I want to play bishop c6? Let's castle. Let's just castle. What about this and kick the bishop around? Is that bad? Let's see. This just feels like a good move. As long as it doesn't fail tactically somehow. I don't know. Connecting the rooks. Maybe it would have been better to go queen c7. And then I can pressure this pawn. Maybe that was... But maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, obviously I'm taking the knight. I mean, that much we know. That much we know. Okay, so I do have this bishop move attacking the queen. It feels pretty nice. I mean, you could go here too. Threatening to mess up his pawn structure, but you just move the bishop somewhere. So it feels like this is going to be the place to put the bishop. It really feels good. And then this bishop is a bad piece. I need to figure out how that bishop's going to get involved in the game. Now, do I want to trade queens here? Is that even any good for me? What if I go here and attack the pawn? Maybe that could be good. Maybe that's hard to defend. Like, how are you going to do it? You can't put a queen here. You could put the queen here, but then the rook comes in. I'm just going to do this. I don't want to trade queens. I want to win. I want to win that pawn. That's what I want. Oh, you can't even go here. What was I even talking about? Now I don't know how you defend that pawn. I honestly don't know. You need to counterattack something, right? Oh, what about the sack? I think he probably had the sack there. Boom, boom, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he... I don't know. All right, let's take the pawn. Let's just cash in. Does my queen get trapped or anything bad happen? No. I'm just winning some material. I think so. Maybe this move coming up. I got to be careful, though. Gotta be careful. Okay, where do we want to put the bishop? This is tempting because, like, that pawn has two pieces protecting it. This bishop could get stranded. I feel like bishop d7 is going to be the safe way to go. I have ideas of taking here and then taking the knight. Maybe he'll miss that threat, or maybe my queen's about to get trapped. I don't know how though, because I got lots of if he doesn't have a light squared bishop, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, do I take here? We gotta make sure there's nothing he can do. No weird tricky move that's gonna save him and actually make me just lose my bishop. But if my bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, what do you do then? I mean, you can infiltrate. You really can. Maybe I'll just defend the bishop. I'm going to do this, though. I'm definitely going to make that move. What's his best move here? I don't know. Can't be bad. Maybe he just moves the knight. Or maybe he does that. How did I miss that move? I'm still okay, though. Don't I just go here? I think I'm still okay. Those are the kinds of moves you have to stop and just say, I'm going to take a full minute to look at anything white can do, because there seems like there's always something when you start making... Okay, so you're going to go for the sacrifice there and hope that you can... Yeah, I definitely don't want to take that bishop. Wait a minute. I do want to take that bishop because the rook hangs. Yeah, if I take the bishop, he could... Okay, now this is where it gets crazy. You're gonna go here, check. And then what's my move? But then I can go here, and then what does he do? What does he have after that? Does he have anything? Like, if you just take with the queen, I take the rook, check, and then you put your king here. But then how do I stop the rook? Do I just go here? Is he going to get endless check? Wait a minute, does he get endless check? All right, let's take a look at this. I take, you take, check. King goes here, right? Okay. Now, I have to stop the rook from coming in, so I could play this move here. And then you can start trying to check me, but where are you going to check me? Because this bishop is controlling. Okay, I think I'm good here. I think I'm good. Yeah, the problem is this rook. Okay, so he's going to do that, and now I think I should be winning very easily, but I have to still be careful. What's the move? Do I attack? I think I attack the queen. I think that's my move. Oh, I wish I could do something. I'd like to just take that pawn. Maybe I'll attack the queen and then take that pawn. Like, once I get my bishop here, like, what are you really doing to me? Seriously, what do you do now? Maybe I should have just done, like, moved my king here. I think that would have been the simplest. Right? But taking this pawn next, I don't think could be too bad. Of course, oh, he just resigns. Wow. Okay. That was nice. I would have liked to play that a little bit longer, but I mean, you can't be unhappy with a resignation, right? I'm going to put this in the engine and see what my next move would have been after he moves the queen. Okay, so I did some post-mortem analysis with the engine, and I'm going to show you what I found. There's some pretty cool variations, so you're going to want to stick around for this. Now, these are all book moves, no surprises, and this e5 was correct, driving the queen back, and h6 is good too, because you don't want the bishop to go to g5 in response to knight f6, because you want to control d5. That was all correct. And c4, I remembered my book move here, b5. Obviously, if you take, there's a problem because the bishop takes, and now, you know, once the queen moves, I get your rook. So he just played b3. Bishop e7 was good, knight c3. And here I incorrectly took the pawn. That was not the best move. Actually, castling is what the engine likes. And you might be thinking, well, can't white grab a pawn here? A takes b5, knight takes b5. Okay, black has a really good move here, and if you can find it, consider yourself a strong player. What do you think black should play here? d5 is the move. Obviously, if you take, fork. Okay, so that's not working. Well, what else do you have? You can take here. That's a free pawn, right? Well, watch this. Pawn takes, hitting the queen. Now, if you move the queen to like here, bishop takes, queen takes, rook a5. We're going to win this knight. That's amazing. Okay, so that's kind of the problem. Actually, white's best move here, believe it or not, see if you can find it. Queen takes d7, giving up the queen. And it's not as bad as you think, because after this line, knight takes d7, knight c6. This queen does not have a lot of squares. You go here, well, there's a fork, check, winning the queen, so you got to go to e8, but now knight c7. You are not saving your queen. So the engine says rook to a6, counterattack, give up the queen, and you want to take on c6 so that this knight is trapped. Okay, so now the computer gives this line, counterattack the knight, we just move it, hit the knight again, but then we can defend, and then white's just going to have to play this because there's no escape, so you might as well grab a pawn. And after this, white has 2 pawns for the piece. So, you know, black is winning, but there might be hope. That was white's best chance. So that's a crazy line that was lurking in the background. But I play this b takes c4, you know, eliminating the pressure on that b pawn there. He recaptures with the pawn, and I castled. And then here, queen to a5, that was decent. I was also talking about queen c7, may have been a little more accurate, I don't know. Knight g4, I mentioned that move, and it was just totally bad because knight d5, you don't want to allow that. It's not worth grabbing a bishop over, but I didn't look at that move very long. Queen to a5, knight d5, and so I correctly took out the knight, and then he took with the pawn. The nice thing about this is, you know, he would like to keep this file half open, you know, and target this weak pawn here, but if you go queen takes d5, then I take with the queen, and you can't take with the rook or I got bishop e6, and you're not going to save that pawn. So he would have to capture with the pawn, and then black has a pretty good game. Black has the two bishops. Black's doing well there. But anyway, c takes d5 was played, and here I played bishop b5. It wasn't a terrible move, but black actually has a winning move after c takes d5. What would you play here? The strongest move is f5, apparently. If you take the pawn, there's bishop takes f5, and the queen moves, and yeah, this pawn, white has a weak pawn structure. I got the two bishops. This, you know, file's half open for this rook here. Yeah, black should be winning here. But I played bishop b5, and then he moved the queen to the incorrect square of d2, offering the queen trade, which I did not accept. He should have played queen b3, because this keeps me from winning the pawn with queen a4. You just take my queen if I go there, I'm assuming. You don't even have to. You can go here. But that queen d2 was bad because it let me go to a4. Also blocked that square for the knight, so you can't defend. There's just no way to defend that pawn. So he played h3 for some reason. I don't even know what the best move was here. The computer's giving rook e1. But after h3, I took the pawn because I didn't see any problem with it. He attacked my bishop, and bishop d7 was good. It was better than bishop c4. A little bit better. Bishop c4 is fine, but bishop takes a4. Don't know why I missed that. There's not really any problem with that move. He can't attack my queen or anything, so I don't know. I should have just taken that pawn. Bishop d7 instead. Rook a to b1. And then this tactic was correct. Bishop takes h3. Obviously, if you can't recapture, I just grab the knight. He did have this move that I missed, rook b4. Fortunately, I had a couple moves. Queen g6 would have been the best. You know, you're not taking the bishop, that pawn's pinned, and now there's a mate threat. You're going to have to go to like e1, and then the computer's giving this move, threatening to come out here. But queen to f5 was still totally winning too. And then he took my bishop, and I took, and then he goes for this sacrifice, getting desperate, but he didn't really have anything to save him anyway. So you might as well try something desperate, I guess. And I knew that I could take the bishop and I would survive, but I didn't see what was relevant here. I thought that after, okay, this was the line I was looking at. Queen takes d1 check. Of course, I would win the rook if he did that. But now we have to stop this. After king g2, I could have just taken that pawn with check, right? What about after like this move here? Then the computer's saying just put a rook here. And even if he ever gets the rook here, I didn't even think about this. You just sack the queen. You got two rooks and a bishop. You have a winning material advantage for the queen. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I forgot I was a piece up. Sometimes you forget you're a piece up, and then you realize that you can, if you can get two rooks for a queen and have the extra piece, you're still gonna be winning. So just always think about the material balance. Sometimes you can just assume things like I can't lose my queen, but sometimes you can, because the material balance will still be in your favor. So anyway, after king g2, queen takes d5 was the best move. For some reason, I thought that this was going to be a defense, though, to just play after he goes here. I thought I was going to go here, and I thought, oh, yeah, he doesn't have endless check because I just forgot that this pawn moved, and now he can move to g6. I thought that this was his only available check, but the bishop was covering it. I don't know. Poor visualization skills from yours truly. Anyway, what happened was he moves his rook here, and then bishop g5. That was a good move. There was, lots of winning moves at this point, but he went ahead and resigned. It was a good resignation. It was a good time. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this. maybe I'll do some more videos like this with the live game and then the post-mortem analysis with the engine.